We build houses to shelter us from the storm. We build walls to keep the wind out, and roofs to keep the rain away. We treat architecture as a way to create order in a chaotic world. We assume that a home is a place of rest, a sanctuary where we can close our eyes and feel safe. But what happens when you build a house not to live in, but to hide in? What happens when you are so rich and so terrified that you try to bribe death with lumber and stone? In San Jose, California, there stands a mansion that defies logic. It has 160 rooms. It has 2,000 doors. It has 10,000 windows. It has staircases that lead directly into the ceiling. It has doors that open into empty air, dropping 3 stories to the ground below. For 38 years, the construction never stopped. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The sound of hammers was the heartbeat of the estate. This is the Winchester Mystery House. Most people know it as a ghost story. They say a crazy woman built it to trap evil spirits. But that is too simple. The truth is much sadder. This isn't just a story about ghosts. This is a story about a woman who was running for her life, and the house she built to survive the guilt. To understand the house, you have to understand the money that paid for it. Sarah Winchester married into royalty, not kings and queens, but American royalty. She married William Wirt Winchester, the heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. The Winchester rifle was known as the gun that won the West. It was a marvel of engineering. It was fast, it was reliable, and it made the family obscenely wealthy. But every dollar was dipped in blood. That rifle didn't just win the West. It killed soldiers in the Civil War. It killed Native Americans protecting their land. It took countless lives. And then, the universe seemed to balance the books. Sarah's life fell apart. First, her infant daughter died of a wasting disease. Then her husband, William, died of tuberculosis. In a short span, Sarah lost her entire world. She inherited $20 million, hundreds of millions in today's money. She had half of the company. She was one of the richest women in the world, but she was completely alone. Legend says she visited a medium in Boston. She wanted answers. She wanted to know why everyone she loved was dying. The medium told her something that would change architectural history. "Your family is cursed," the medium said. "The spirits of everyone killed by the Winchester rifle are seeking revenge. They have taken your husband, they have taken your child, and you are next." The medium gave her a solution, a way out. She said, "Go west, build a house for them. As long as you keep building, you will live. If the hammers stop, you will die." So, Sarah ran. She moved to California. She bought a small 8-room farmhouse, and she hired a crew of carpenters. She looked at them and gave a simple order. "Start working." "What is the plan?" they asked. "Where are the blueprints?" Sarah shook her head. There were no blueprints. There were only the voices in her head. And so, the hammers began to swing. Construction became her religion. Sarah didn't hire an architect. She became the architect. Every morning she would meet with her foreman. She would sketch ideas on napkins or scrap paper. "Build a room here," she would say. "Add a wing there." It didn't matter if it made sense. It only mattered that it was new. The house began to mutate. She built staircases that went up 7 steps only to go down 11. She built cupboards that, when you opened them, revealed the back of another room. She built a window in the floor. Why? The workers thought she was mad. The neighbors thought she was possessed. But Sarah had a strategy. She wasn't building a home. She was building a puzzle. She believed that the bad spirits, the vengeful ghosts of soldiers and warriors, were confused by complex geometry. She believed that if a ghost chased her down a hallway, and the hallway suddenly ended in a wall, the ghost would get lost. The house was a trap. She slept in a different bedroom every single night. She never stayed in the same place twice. She wanted to be a moving target. Imagine living like that. Imagine being the richest woman in California, living in a palace of your own creation, but creeping through the hallways at night like a fugitive. She had a seance room built in the center of the house. Only she had the key. She would go in there every night alone. Was she summoning the spirits? Or was she begging them for mercy? We will never know. But we know that the next morning, she would always emerge with new stranger plans for the builders. Tear that wall down, she would say. Build it again. For 20 years, the house grew. It reached 7 stories high. It was a castle. But in 1906, reality crashed into Sarah's fantasy. The great San Francisco earthquake struck. The ground rolled like the ocean. The massive chimneys collapsed. The 7-story tower, the crown jewel of the house, snapped off and crashed into the garden. Sarah was trapped in the daisy room. The walls shifted, jamming the door. She was buried alive in her own creation. Her servants had to dig her out with crowbars. When she emerged, she didn't look at the damage and see a natural disaster. She saw a warning. She told her staff that the spirits were angry. They were furious that she had spent too much time making the house beautiful and not enough time making it safe from them. She ordered the workers to board up the front of the house. The grand unfinished rooms were sealed off. The rubble was left where it fell. She retreated deeper into the center of the mansion, and the hammers. They just started swinging again. It went on like this until September 5th, 1922. Sarah Winchester was 82 years old. She went to sleep in one of her many bedrooms, and finally, the running stopped. She died in her sleep. The moment she died, the servants went to the construction site. They told the carpenters the news, and for the first time in 38 years, the hammers stopped. Legend says the workers dropped their tools right where they stood. There are nails half driven into the walls that remain there to this day. Today, the Winchester Mystery House is a tourist attraction. You can buy a ticket, you can buy a keychain, you can laugh at the stairs that go nowhere. But when you walk through those halls, try to look past the ghost story. Try to see the woman. Sarah Winchester wasn't a monster. She was a woman crushed by grief, trying to make sense of a tragedy she couldn't understand. She spent her entire fortune building a cage, hoping it would keep her safe. Did she truly believe in the ghosts? Or was the guilt of the Winchester rifle just too heavy to carry alone? Maybe the medium was right. Build and you will live. She built for 38 years, and the moment she stopped, she was gone. Some say the house is haunted by the victims of the rifle, but if you listen closely to the silence in the hallways, you might find that the house is haunted by only one thing: the memory of a woman who built a labyrinth because she was afraid to stop running. And now, the house stands still in California, and many dare not to buy it, and even the best real estate sellers can't never dare. And if you know of any who can close the deal, let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this tour into the dark side of real estate, please leave a like and share this video to help us uncover more forgotten histories. We have many more doors to open. Subscribe to Darkened Estates, and I will see you in the next shadow.